Well, how's high level going for you so far?
Honestly, I haven't been able to do too much on it because the thing is, it's a good bit of stuff to do, and I have to do some like other work things too and family stuff. But I'm slowly working on it, so I'm not like rushing it too much, but I do want to get like some things done on it.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, so I mean that I was just kind of curious, like, because like you mentioned, it's a bit overwhelming, and I'm trying to figure out what is the best like things to use or to start off on, or maybe like to prioritize. So that's why I was wondering if you had any ideas or what like worked the best for you, or like what you use it for, especially anything like that.
Sure. Well, if you want to share your screen, I mean, we can get you set up now.
Okay.
It depends. I mean, it can do so many things. So it just kind of depends what you are trying to accomplish, whether it's using it for your own marketing agency's outreach or CRM or whatever else, or maybe, trying to fulfill some services for a client, stuff like that.
Yeah, I would be mainly working more for the clients because I don't really do too much outreach. Most of mine's through word of mouth or through TopTal, so I don't really need to do too much outreach at this point. So mostly, I mean, I could put some things. I have a website and I could put some things there for it, but I think my priority would be being able to use the tools to like help make it more efficient for the clients, either by using them by myself or like having the clients able to use them. But either way, it would be like that would be my priority. And it seems like they have a lot of tools that can be helpful for that. So that seems like pretty interesting. So I
Yeah.
don't know, is that what like do you usually use it for your agency promotion, or how do you normally do?
I mean, I try to do everything in high level.
Yeah, that's cool.
So there's a lot of different things that can be done, and I try to do about as much as I can in there. Use all the
How
pieces
long
of it.
how
Uh,
long have you been working with the platform?
Probably 2.5 years.
Okay,
I think it's
cool.
been around for five. And before that, I think it started as what was it? I mean, the high level, the founders, they used to run I think a call center, and then a couple people enjoyed working together, and so they built their own thing. But before it became high level, it was multiple different things. So they were just kind of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. And
Yeah,
it
nice.
became, it started as very much like a phone texting, telephony type of system. And from there, because it's just been so popular, they keep adding more and more tools. So what's nice is that their target customer is the marketing agency, and then
Hmm.
they're trying to give you all the tools to, do whatever you want it to do with it for your clients. So you learning it is going to be beneficial because not just because of fulfillment, but uh, you can have your clients log in and all that kind of stuff too if they want.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a cool feature of it, how they can like they can log in through it to basically like as if it's your kind of like white labeled
Yeah.
things. That's pretty cool, I think, idea.
So what's
Um
your like main service or a client you have right now that you're trying to fulfill some service for?
yeah, so I'm mainly working with I work with SEO, but I also work with email marketing. Um, I mean, pretty much all types of digital marketing things. So I'm pretty sure that a lot of the tools can be applicable. And also, but a lot of my ones are from are e-commerce more. So, but the good thing is that when I talked to they had like a kind of onboarding thing. It wasn't like super in depth, but it was okay. And they did tell me that like most of the things can be synced through Shopify also. So it's pretty good, even a lot of the email tools and things like that. So it seems like there's a lot of the like cool things that can be done. And I think a lot of these different tools are pretty useful. And then maybe like you like they mentioned then later could even look at doing some of the reselling of the software. But that would be like kind of a second stage till I got these things like set up, I guess.
Yeah, so
Um,
the main idea is it's unlimited everything in terms of the non-consumables.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to add a user, okay, unlimited users are allowed, stuff like that. But when you get into send an email, send a text, I mean, obviously that costs high level money, so it's going to cost you money, and therefore
Right.
you can rebill it to the client. But even without that SaaS reseller plan for $500 a month, the
Mm-hmm.
unlimited sub accounts plan for $300 a month, you can essentially, give away these high level sub accounts. The only downside is that if they use the consumables, then you don't want it coming out of your credit card. You want it coming out of their credit card. So that's why you would upgrade to the $500 plan. Um, because if it costs you, let's say, $10 to send 1,000 texts or something, then they go send 1,000 texts in sub account number 12. It costs you $10, not them.
Right.
So
Yeah.
what you can do though is give them the free sub account, and whether you want to give it to them for free or charge them or whatever. I mean, you can charge them outside of high level SaaS upgrade or whatever. It's just you wouldn't have the what they call the SaaS configurator. You can build your own plans and such. So the you can disable all the features for certain sub accounts, um, or even certain users. So you can say, user Bob in sub account 3 can't see conversations, can't see CRM, stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
basically, you could give them all the free parts that don't cost you money. And if they want the other stuff, like be able to send an email or a text or whatever, then you can say, oh, for $100 a month or $500 a month or $5,000 a month, whatever you want to do, you can build it into your packages, kind of like some agencies do it to where, oh, you want SEO services? Okay, that's $500 a month or $5,000 a month, whatever you want to charge. But included in our SEO package, you get this for free. And part of the reason to do that is because you can connect their Google's, Google ads, Facebook ads, all these different things, and have your reporting show up. And then you can even have, like the phone tracking numbers and stuff like that, so that they can log in, see the reporting tab, and if they wanted to, they can see the contacts and all that.
Mm-hmm. Do you like connect with the because on the main one they always the main dashboard it has all of it connected through Stripe it seems like. Did you do that way or like what are they trying to do with that?
So Stripe is if you want to, I don't know, click on connect Stripe. Let's see what that's
'Cause I
for.
don't actually have Stripe, but I'm sure I could set it up.
Um, okay, so this is if you want to, because you don't have the SaaS rebilling plan. If you
Mm-hmm.
did, you would pay high level through whatever credit card you have, but separately, you would have your own Stripe account, and that's where basically high level uses the Stripe API to charge your customer from your account. So your Stripe account. So Stripe Connect is kind of like a rebilling platform that Stripe has,
Mm-hmm.
and this would be uh, great
So
paying
like
some customers on your behalf.
customers basically would from their end it would just be like putting in credit card or whatever and then it would pay and then from there it could pay to like just to your like
Your
Stripe account or to your bank account or something like
It would be
that.
your Stripe account, no mention of high level, anything like that. And you have to be approved with Stripe, have your own Stripe account and everything, because Stripe isn't going to let you, sell drugs and other bad stuff that they don't allow certain things like that. So
Hmm.
if your Stripe account got canceled or flagged or whatever because you have a super high refund rate and all that, I mean, that is just like any other payment processor, but it's not related to high levels Stripe. It's just your Stripe.
Okay, I see. Do you would you like normally put the Stripe in your in your just your name or your the business name or which way would like
Do
what would
you
you
have an LLC or what do you do for that?
yeah I have an LLC.
Yeah,
but
so I
I
would just put
usually
everything in the
like,
LLC.
okay, I see. All
And
right.
if you have multiple LLCs, like let's say one is I'm a marketing agency and the other one is I'm a car dealership or whatever, you would obviously pick the one that's most relevant to whatever, marketing type of activities would be, because you're going to get assuming you got sales, you're going to get a statement from Stripe that says we processed, $100,000 for you in 2024. Um, then, you would get the tax statement to that EIN and everything.
Oh, I see. Okay, so we go to the business. Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay. Um, so from your side, like what are the things either for your agency side or for your customers that you think is like the most that you've had the most like value from, or that's like the most like bang for the buck kind of like, do you have any recommendations on that?
Yeah, I would say that the things that don't cost you any more money. So, for example, running a website or a funnel. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's great because you can run ads to it or otherwise create these little pages, like let's say a local business comes to you and says, "Hey, can you create a website?" And it's like, "Well, what's your budget? Is your budget $100 a month or $10,000 a month?" Right?
Right.
So, oh, it's $100 a month. Okay, well, we'll give you a templated website and you can either DIY through our templates or I can build it for you, maybe like a, $1,000 setup fee or something. And then you would build the site in HighLevel. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I I love WordPress. I'm a WordPress expert and everything, but I build a lot in HighLevel because it doesn't cost me money to host it because it's, there's no plugin updates and all that kind of stuff. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so if you just have somebody that says, my website is maybe they don't even have a domain, you could set it up at your subdomain or something. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of flexibility of what you could do. I think the website funnel type of thing is a good foot in the door strategy. And from there,
Okay.
you're like, well, now how are you going to get traffic to that website? Do you
Right.
want business cards? Um, do you want ads or email marketing or whatever else? So because you can do a funnel, I mean, are you familiar with funnels? Like step one, step
Yeah,
two?
I mean they're kind of like landing pages basically, like when you run them
Right.
through. Yeah.
So the
But I know.
difference between a website and a funnel, the way I like to say it is a website is kind of like, here's the menu, pick whatever you want. And a
Mhm.
funnel is, we want you to follow step one to step two
Right,
to step three.
kind of like drive you through the whole like process to the result that you want to get.
Yes,
And
exactly.
it can be more targeted towards like what people specifically are looking for, maybe.
Yep. So if you have like a really killer landing page or funnel, whatever you want to call it, that you used before, and you're like, man, if I could just sell this winning landing page to 5, 10, 500 people, that would be great. What you can do is because you have your own agency account
Hmm.
is uh let's click on go back because right now you're in the agency level.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I see.
So where it says account snapshots.
Hmm.
So an account snapshot, there's some pre-built ones and you can't really see into them, but where it says imported snapshots, like in the HighLevel community and stuff, you'll see like snapshots are all the rage. But really I don't know, they're a nice starting point, but I would I wouldn't get caught up in it too much.
Okay.
So click on snapshot templates.
Okay.
So what these are designed to do is like let's say chiropractor snapshot.
Right.
In that, click on no more. I'm not sure what pops up.
Oh, that was pretty crazy. Yeah, it's like designed for
So
like even
these
already made up together.
Yeah, so these little videos are not super insightful and they all look the exact same because these are the
Hmm.
high level kind of pre-built ones. But what they do is if you can imagine a sub account is already built out for you. So what that
Hmm.
means is it already has the funnel in it. It already has the autoresponder in it. It already has the website form in it. And so maybe there's a custom field like what kind of neck pain do you have or something. So that's what a snapshot is. A snapshot is potentially one setting or funnel or something, or potentially 100 different settings. There's just no way to know without trying to install it. So these are pre-built ones. To be honest, I don't love any of these, but they are a good, very simple starting point.
Right.
And I would say that it's okay to get started with it. The downside about installing a snapshot is that there's no undo button. So let's say you have a totally blank sub account and then you
Mm-hmm.
import a snapshot. That's a pretty simple snapshot. Then you could go manually and go to the forms and delete that form. Go to the custom fields, delete the custom field.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the funnel, delete the funnel. It's not that hard. But if you were to
Right.
get really complex, um, really like built out one, it has 20 template autoresponder messages, 20 different um, templates for, email, newsletter type of bulk email type stuff. I mean, it could take you an hour to delete everything. So
Yeah.
when you go to import a snapshot, you can choose which parts of it you want to install. So it'll say this snapshot includes 3 different calendars and 2 different
Uh,
templates for funnels. And you can say, oh, I only want funnel 1, I only want calendar 2. So it's pretty good control of it, but it's
mm-hmm.
meant to be a one-time install.
Mm-hmm.
So saying all that, if you had a killer funnel and you're like, hey, I want to release this for 5 different clients, what you can do is build it once, save it as a snapshot within your own account, which would be under My Snapshots.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can create sub account number 2, sub account number 3, and you would start that sub account with your snapshot. And that snapshot might be super simple. It might have your winning funnel, it might have your autoresponder, and it might have maybe like a workflow, which is their automation verbiage. So you
Mm-hmm.
say when someone submits this form, then do this, or when someone buys this product, then do that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so the benefit of doing that is you can have what's called merge tags. Open a new tab, or actually click in the top where it says that question mark next to your initials
Right.
and click on visit our help center. And then
Okay.
you'll want to log in here because if you ever submit any tickets, then you'll be able to see your tickets here. I don't know
Okay.
if it's a single sign-on, but I would definitely get an
Yeah.
account there
I think you have to
with the
sign up
same email
separate.
address. So this is their help documentation. Go to the search
Okay.
bar and type in I think it's just merge tag. Just hit enter. Let me find it. Hang on.
All right.
But the idea is like in the footer of your um search merge field. In the footer of your funnel, for example, there you go, list of custom values. You could put sub account name, Bob's
Okay.
belts. Uh, and then you install that funnel with that merge tag in that merge field in your next sub account. And you'll see
Oh, it'll automatically like
automatic
trans.
replacement.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So like
crazy.
right here, account at the bottom, account postal code or whatever. Like in the footer, it'll say copyright, location, name.
Right.
Yeah.
So it will just basically like transpose it all over to the new one, and you don't need to put fill in all of it each time is what your meaning is, right?
Right. So when you create a sub account, it's going to say, what's the name of the organization, whether it's a
Right.
nonprofit or a business or a personal brand or whatever it is. And you're going to
Right.
say, like, is Maysbridge your
Yeah,
entity?
that's just my LLC.
So you would either put Maysbridge or Maysbridge LLC or Maysbridge Marketing, whatever you want it to be
Mhm.
called, and then that merge tag, that merge field is going to display that. So if later you rename your company or something, or maybe it's Maysbridge DBA, blah blah blah, like whatever
Right.
you put in there is that location dot name merge field is going to be updated. Let's say in a year you update your address, you just update it one spot and
Mhm.
everywhere it's updated.
Right.
So
That's
that's
cool.
probably my favorite feature in that's like easy to implement. So whenever you're
Yeah.
building a funnel, whenever you find yourself repeating yourself, I would definitely lean on the merge tags, merge fields. And you'll
Hmm.
see like these other things like appointment, start date, and reminder. So when you have someone book a time on your calendar,
Hmm.
then you would have a workflow that says when someone books on my calendar, do X. And that do X could be send them an email, send them a text, do whatever else you want to do. Send yourself an email, send yourself a text. And so um, you can put in there, hey, looking forward to seeing you at our appointment on merge tag.
Mm.
And so you would create a template and like a message template, and then you will just say, we at location.name are so happy that you booked an appointment with Robert.
Hmm.
Your appointment is at appointment dot start date or whatever it is.
Hmm.
Um, and there are other uh, custom values that you can use like here. Let me look back at HighLevel with you
Okay.
in your other tab. So right now, do you have any sub accounts here?
Yeah, I just made one to like play around with, just
Okay,
to set up.
let's look at that. So sometimes that account switcher kind of either takes a little while or needs a second click. So you saw
Hmm.
there it took just a little bit of time. Um, so just wait to make sure in the left-hand side there that it actually says the company you chose. So we're in the
Hmm.
sub account now, and you can see that in the URL as well. It says HighLevel slash V2 slash location slash the location ID. And if you're in the agency level, it's not going to have the location slash ID. So
Okay.
that's also how you can tell. Okay, so under settings, all the way at the bottom,
Okay.
go to custom fields toward the bottom. And yep, at
Oh,
the
here.
top of that. So custom, did you click custom fields?
Yep, that's up there.
There we go. Okay. So what you can do, you see it, that folder, you can have different folders, contact folder, opportunity, details, stuff like that. What you can do, go ahead and click on add new field, click that ignore button so it's out of your way,
Oh, yeah.
and then add field. So it's got those pre-built fields, but if you wanted to add something like maybe um, like if you're doing, well, this is a food company. I'm not really sure what they do, but maybe it would be like favorite menu item, right? And then you would have a checkbox or a radio select.
Okay.
Um, if you wanted, and you would build these custom fields as a best fit for this client. And then these are going to be specific to a contact in your CRM.
Hmm.
So when go ahead and click on the custom values, click out of here, custom values in the menu. These are going to be specific to the location. So let's say click on new value, new custom value. These are text-based only. So go ahead and create one. It's not going to do anything. You can delete it. Maybe you want to
Okay.
call it Um, let's see. Um, date started or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Like the date of the founding date or something. Like
Okay.
it would, and you would put, 2024 or something,
Okay.
and then create.
So you don't need to use folder, right?
No, well, you don't have a folder right now. So you'll see here, now you have this new custom value merge tag, merge field. So
Mm-hmm.
if you click copy next to that, then you can go use it wherever you want to use it. You can use it in the funnel builder, you can use it in your messaging templates, you can use it wherever.
I
And
see. And then everywhere you put it, it would show up as 2024. But then I could just change the value and then it would change it everywhere it was put,
right,
basically.
it's a static value. Now, one of the things that I wish you could do, but you just can't, and I don't think maybe will ever happen, is there's nothing dynamic in here. So you can't put a different merge tag in this merge tag. You can't have like custom value 3 is equal to custom value 1 space custom value 2. You can't do that.
Hmm. Right.
It's only just static text. Now it can be HTML text. It can be code or whatever.
Hmm.
Sometimes what I like to do is your meta pixel ID,
Hmm.
some long
Yeah.
string of numbers.
Yeah.
Um, Something like that. And then when you do your, uh, where is it? Go to, okay, go back,
Hmm.
click that go back button at the top to get out of settings, and then go to sites. So this is where you create funnels, websites, but it also has other stuff like forms and surveys.
Okay. Yeah, so this looks cool. So this is a really interesting. So this you can make websites or you can make like surveys or something like that, right?
Right. So click on forms
Okay.
in the top,
Uh-huh.
builder. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's just a little delayed on my side.
Okay. Okay, so it's on board forms now. So just create form.
Create a form. Yep. Now, if you were to have installed a snapshot, you probably would already have a form in there or a survey,
Oh, okay.
but you're
That's
just doing it from scratch, and that's totally fine. I think it's good to even just get started with the little attempts like that, and then you'll better understand when you do import a snapshot how it works. You might have to click refresh. Oh, it's taking time. Okay.
okay.
So you'll see here, these are default fields that came when we went and looked at custom fields.
Mm-hmm.
These are specific to a contact. Now, if you want, you can, in the top right corner, right underneath that save button,
Mm-hmm.
that thing, yep,
1,000 options.
yep, click that. And then these are, yeah,
Oh
theme,
yeah. Cool.
click options, go down to the bottom. You see where it says Facebook pixel?
Oh yeah.
So you can, send these little events or whatever. You see that sticky contact at the bottom right?
Yeah.
Please try to enable that unless there's some kind of edge case reason not to.
Okay.
If you wanted to, basically it sets a cookie in their browser. So if Bob comes to your website, fills out this form, and then maybe goes to the next form, uh, and like a day later or something, it'll say, "Oh, is your first name Bob?" It's
Yeah, I've seen
already
this from
pre-filled.
yeah. Okay,
Okay, on the
cool.
left-hand side, the plus sign is if you want to add new fields
Okay.
and
And
or new elements. So it can be like it shows there a button and whatever else. But if you go to
right.
custom fields at the top,
Which one?
custom
Okay.
fields,
Okay.
once you add custom fields, which you have not yet, you would see things like favorite menu item and whatever else is here.
Okay. So it'll just be quicker. You don't
Uh,
need to add.
yeah, so you have to use custom fields if you want to collect custom data. So if you click on quick add,
Hmm.
where it says, like all these fields are built-in fields is the point. So like click on customized, click on text and just drag it somewhere. This is static text.
Oh, I see.
This is not collecting a text field
I see.
response.
Okay.
Okay, the little squiggly line next to the alarm bell,
Yeah.
that is conditional logic.
Okay.
And then click on the alarm bell. So this is if you want it to, this is a new feature within the last month. This is because before you would say when someone fills out form 0, send an email to the email address that they put in. But what you can
Right.
do now is email it to just anywhere, like robert@outlook.com or whatever. And
Right.
then it sends like all the form fields.
Nice.
So yeah, it's just a kind of an easy way to do that. All right, click
And
on,
then
oh, go ahead.
it'll like gather the responses and stuff and can do some analysis on them and things like that.
I'm not quite following where you're
I
going
mean,
here.
like if we do the survey, for example, and then it will like can gather them on into like a table or something like that. You can
Yeah,
download.
go ahead and click on integrate, last step here, top right.
Okay.
So once you want to, like you can embed this anywhere in a Shopify, in a WordPress, and anywhere
Nice.
that takes, like a little JavaScript embed code or whatever.
Sure. Hmm.
So just to show you that. So go ahead and X out and then click back.
Okay.
Okay, under forms, the
Hmm.
menu drop down under forms where it says analyze. Now, this isn't like some fancy AI or something. This is, like you said, just more like a table view of the
That's fine.
responses.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then
That's,
under surveys, surveys are the exact same thing as forms. Go ahead and click in it.
oh yeah.
Well, the builder, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoops.
You're right.
Surveys are the same thing as forms, but they look different. It's designed to be one after the other. Yeah, you can do a template. So this is more like, it'll make sense when you see one.
Yeah, just this one.
You see how there's
Okay.
the progress bar at the bottom?
Oh yeah, I
And
see.
then click the next arrow at the bottom right.
Oh sorry, I just added it. I clicked the wrong
It's
arrow.
okay.
It takes a little while to load the editors. It seems like.
Sometimes it's blazing fast and sometimes this is about as slow as it gets, so it's not a big deal.
That's fine. Um. Okay, cool. It's loading. Okay, I see. Then
Yeah,
this all
so
can be edited, right?
yeah,
All the.
everything's editable. So you see how it says slide 1, scroll down, it should say slide 2 somewhere.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So this is kind of like a multiple page contact form basically. Go
Okay.
ahead and click on slide 2, just anywhere on the slide.
It's not working.
Settings, yeah, click on the settings there. So this where it says jump to next slide. So the idea with surveys is question 1, are you located in uh are you located in Texas? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, go to slide 2. If the answer is no, go to slide 3. So
Okay.
it's got that conditional logic type of thing, but it's like a separate page form, whereas the forms is everything all on one view.
Right. So you could use the forms as a survey.
Yeah,
Also.
survey is just a design word, not a functionality word. They're both the same thing.
Okay, cool. I get the
So
purpose, especially if you're doing like a longer form survey than or a longer form type of thing like that, then these will be useful.
So if you create a custom field back in the company settings, the location settings, if you
Hmm.
create a custom field called favorite menu item, that will be available on both surveys and forms and merge tags and uh,
Okay.
templates and everything else. So the point is that it all kind of starts with that custom field.
Now,
And if
how
you
do you
click
edit how do you edit these things? The
the design,
yeah, the design or something like that.
go to the top and click that settings um, dot dot dot. Yeah.
Oh, this one.
Okay, now on the right-hand side, that menu item right underneath save,
Oh, I see. There's like a header or something like that.
you're talking about like you want to delete that schedule a free consultation image.
Or yeah, or if I wanted to change that or something like that. I'm wondering how you would do that because it doesn't seem like you click on it.
Yeah, click on the image.
Hmm. It
Um,
doesn't come up the only the fields come up, it seems like. It's strange.
oh, I
There
see.
must yeah. Yeah.
Click on, let's see.
It must be in the themes or something, right? It must be somewhere in one of
Well,
these.
theme is if you want to change themes. I wonder
Hmm.
if yeah,
Background image, maybe?
the
Header
header
image.
image, the header image.
Yeah, that's this one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I got it. Okay, cool. Awesome.
You see
And then
at the bottom it says agency branding. Right now it
yeah,
just says high level, but you can uncheck that if you don't want that on there.
okay, cool. That's
So
pretty cool.
click on preview at the top. It'll take you to a new tab. And this is, basically this is what they're going to see. Now, whether you direct link it or embed it or whatever, this is what they're going to see. And you see the progress bar at the bottom and all that kind of stuff. So if you fill this out and you have sticky contact on, uh, that's not usually a good idea. So you should do it in like an incognito browser if you're going to do that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Then that's pretty cool. So you usually would embed them into an existing page, or can they like create a new page on your URL, or how would that like how would you normally do it?
Go ahead and click integrate. So this has an embed iframe or just a
Right.
direct link.
So how would you oh okay.
So if
But
you
you
want
can
to create a
have, like
button,
the
let's say you're in a WordPress or a Shopify or whatever, you're building your own thing outside of high level, then
uh-huh.
you would create a button that says fill out this form in a new tab or something, and then you would copy this link. Or you would do the embed option and just within the page, it would be like, please fill out this form. But if your other website builder doesn't allow, click on embed. Was that a script or not?
Yeah.
It was
It
an
should be
iframe
I'm pretty sure it's an iframe.
with a
But I
script.
think I'm pretty sure it'll work for most like WordPress or Shopify, anything like that.
Yeah, I think they normally allow that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can choose one or the other. It's fine. But if you're building a funnel in high level or a website, then it just has a form element or a survey element that you would just pick which of your surveys you want, and there would be no, HTML code to mess with.
Okay, that's awesome. And for the website itself, so I'm just kind of curious. So you can actually build like just use a website. It's like an in-house like website builder, kind of like a Wix or something like that type of thing.
Exactly. Yep.
And then you could use that to you can just create as many of them as you want to.
Yes, sir.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. So
And
somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, I want a website." You're like, "Okay, great. Other than
yeah,
time, it costs me no money. I can host it for you forever.
yeah,
I'll charge you $100."
that's awesome actually. And okay, seems like one of the better features, especially if you're dealing with, like you said, like lesser budget, like projects that you don't want to spend much time on. It seems like it would be pretty good.
Yeah. Now, if you're doing, a client with a lot of ad spend or something like that, Then let me take you down to settings. Or sorry, before you get there, click on reporting.
Okay. Where's others?
Okay, so this is sample data, like it says, but you can see you can connect your Google, your Facebook, all that kind of stuff. And then your call reporting is, of course, only calls that are in the system. So it's going to show you, how many calls came from wherever, voicemails and all the other dashboard type stats. In the bottom, click on settings in the menu,
Sorry.
all the way at the bottom of the menu.
Oh, it's blocked by it's blocked by my Skype, my Zoom.
Okay,
Okay.
let's see. Go to all the way down, go to integrations somewhere. There it is.
Okay.
This is where you would have each company connect their Google, and that would be for Google
Okay.
Ads, Google My Business, Google Business Profile, Google, um, what was I going to say? Google Calendar, um,
Right.
your Meta, your QuickBooks, your Shopify, etc. So this is for the location. This is Inspire Food Company's Stripe, Inspire Food Company's QuickBooks, stuff like that.
Okay.
So sometimes it can be beneficial. Depends what kind of person you're working with, but you could have them have a user account only for doing this so that you don't have to know their Google password and whatever else.
I see.
And you say, okay, go in here, click here, add your Google account, authorize all the check boxes because there are some optional ones. You know how Google is. Uh,
Hmm.
those integrations, just go ahead and click in there. I don't need your password. Just come in here and connect it. And then once your account is connected, let me know. And then I will be able to, it'll have the reporting and I'll be able to, like if you have a Google MCC, do you know what that is?
I'm not
Like,
sure.
like an agency level account where they share
Okay.
access.
Yeah. Okay.
So you don't want to connect your MCC. You want them to connect their single Google here.
Right.
Um, and if you do have an MCC, that's fine. It's just it's not really the most appropriate way to do it. But if you're
Yeah.
running ads for them within your own MCC, then that's fine. You would just connect yours here.
But I usually just have my own, like I have my own Google account, and then I just have all their accounts like listed under them, and then I would run directly from their accounts. I didn't really run from my own agency account or something like that.
Yeah, that's fine. So like you have Robert at Gmail and they have
Yeah.
Inspire Foods at Gmail, and you would
Right.
want that Inspire Foods to be connected, even though Robert has access to
Correct.
it, just
Correct. Yeah.
because then there's no confusion on which Google account they should connect.
Exactly. Exactly. That makes sense. Awesome. Okay, cool. And then I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Just for the first of all, for domains, can you also purchase and manage domains under this, or do you have to use do you always use an outside like how do you normally do that?
Let's open a new tab and go to ideas.gohighlevel.com.
Okay.
New, yeah, this one or another one. Yeah, it's up to you. This is the roadmap, feedback board, all that. So
Well,
I would definitely create an account here because when they do updates, like let's say you want to vote on a feature, then um, they make an update like, hey, this feature is planned or whatever, then you'll get that update.
okay.
Okay, so at the top, search domain and probably domain seller. I don't know. Upsell
Oh,
domain.
there
There
you
you
go.
go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Add your vote there.
I think I need to be logged. Oh, it has me logged in now. Okay, cool. So I just put it up.
So yeah, so that's from, a year ago, but they do make progress. I will say that high level. Oh, there you go. Shivim high level.
Um,
This will be coming soon.
but it's from
That's a year
2020.
ago.
But it's
So
okay.
you can tell it's definitely on their to-do list. I will say that high level has probably the most rapid uh, feature release cycle from any software company I've ever seen. Um,
Hmm.
and the good thing about it is that every time they release something, it's pretty much usable. It's not like junk, you know. Granted, you're gonna want, like, let's say they do this and you're like, oh man, but I also wanted to be able to do X. Okay, great. Well, log that feature, but at least now you can upsell domains. So I
Right.
definitely think for a DIY thing, you're going to sell them for $100 a month or something small like that. It would be
Hmm.
wonderful to have this. But to be honest, if I'm like, why would I sign up with Robert.com instead of Wix.com? Like, it's because of that relationship. So
Right.
you're gonna maybe help them for free or whatever, set up that domain
Yeah.
for them for free. And what you can do is, if you wanted to, you could have a like a subdomain.robert.com, and then once they maybe want to pay you more or something, then you could help them add their own domain, stuff like that. I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm just curious about it. And then for the websites, it's pretty similar to the like the forms thing you were showing or a surveys thing, but just obviously a bigger builder type of thing like that.
Yes. So the website and funnel builder is the same builder. Uh,
Okay.
let's go all the way at the
Under,
bottom, go to settings,
okay. Oh, it's all right. So okay.
and then go all the way to the bottom of settings, and there should be labs. Click on that. This is where you can enable new kind of coming soon features. Scroll down and
Okay.
see, pretty much you can enable all of them. They're usually not anything that's a breaking change.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, there's
so
brand
the
new.
brand new funnel website builder is already live. Okay, so I wasn't sure if that was live or not.
Oh, nice.
So they've recently changed the UI a bit for how to build, which was, probably mostly for the best.
Hmm.
And these are per sub account. So you can enable something or disable something per sub account.
Okay. So, and if you want to build a website, you just go to the
So
is it
the
marketing
sites,
websites? Sorry. Yeah. Okay, and then you would just go to websites, and it's
yep.
pretty similar to that. You just get like a template usually, or and then you would just like build it through like edit it and stuff like that.
Go ahead and click on new website. You'll see 100 different templates.
Uh-huh. And can you use code like copy over code from a like if you had a WordPress site, would you be able to import it in any way or copy any code into it, or you'd have to pretty much redo it?
You can add custom HTML anywhere you want, but I mean, you can't like go to the WordPress block builder and copy
Right.
shortcodes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't work. I was just curious, but yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. You would just normally like if you were doing this, you would kind of grab a template and then you would just edit the template and adjust it, and then it probably wouldn't take you so long to do then.
Yeah, so the good thing about these is the design. I'm not a designer, but I mean, I know what design looks good or bad, but for
Sure.
me to come up with something is going to take way longer than to start with the template.
Right.
And then from there, swap out the pictures, make some customizations, all that kind of stuff. I will say, if I were to have done these templates, I would have used custom merge tags way more.
Hmm.
So it's going to say, like for example, on IT consultation, go ahead and just click any of them, hover over one of them
Okay.
and click that preview image.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Click that little eyeball.
Oh, the eyeball.
So go down a little bit and you'll see like the company name or something. Maybe not. Maybe not on this one. Okay, well, this one's pretty clean.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
very simple.
contact us at the bottom. You see that?
Yeah.
That your name and company should be a merge tag, merge field. Why they don't do that, I don't know. But I would go in there and put the location dot email address or whatever that merge field is. And
Okay.
and then
That makes
going forward, like if you were to clone this to another location, it's already got the
Right.
merge tag in there.
So do you kind of like if you're doing websites, you kind of make a few of your own go-to templates and then you just kind of like would choose one based on the project and kind of like copy it over?
To be honest, I don't get a lot of repeat. Like, can you make like day one, maybe I get a real estate. Day two, maybe I get landscaping. Day three, maybe I get e-commerce or whatever. It's like they're just so
Right.
different that um I
You
usually
would
go
just
with
pick,
the template.
you just pick a template that's appropriate.
And you see
Okay.
where it has that error, unable to find calendar? That's of course because the calendar builder, like the website builder selected calendar doesn't exist in your sub account because it
Okay.
existed in the sub account that built it. But all you got to
I
do is choose the calendar that you wanted to use.
That's pretty cool though. I mean, they're pretty decent template. They're not like super in depth, but that's fun because these type of anybody who is going to make a really very in depth website, they already probably want to use a certain builder or something like that. So this is good for like the smaller ones for sure.
Yeah, if you
But
wanted to start from like a Photoshop design or something, then you probably just come in here and do it yourself.
yeah.
They are responsive. They do load quickly. Um, they have a CDN. They, um, I mean, they're good. So now WordPress, they charge you $10 a month. I personally don't recommend WordPress in HighLevel.
Hmm.
Um, let's see here. I'm going to send you this link. I'll send it in Slack.
Cool, thank you.
So, about a year ago, I did a bunch of research on uh, different web hosts, and
Hmm.
I found that I liked 10 Web in terms of like most bang for the buck within a $10 a month budget.
Hmm.
And I wouldn't say that HighLevel's WordPress hosting is bad. It's just not as good. And if you're penny pinching, it's like, oh, well, this one's only $4 a month. Well, this one's $8 a month. It's like, does that really matter? Your
Yeah.
business is probably not that strong if you're pinching pennies over $4
Yeah.
a month difference. So it's not the
Yeah.
money. It's just, um,
Like the
don't judge
flexibility
my
in it.
website. It's from a long time ago. But
This is your website. Cool.
yeah, that's me.
Okay, cool.
So, it's not bad. I know people that use it, but some of the coming soon features, the coming eventually features are ability to have a staging site was just released, I believe. Ability to have more than one WordPress site per sub account is coming. Ability to use the merge fields within WordPress is not currently available, but potential. So if you look in the ideas.gohighlevel.com and search for WordPress, you're going to find a bunch of stuff. And what that means is specific to the high level WordPress hosting.
Mm. Okay, cool. All right, that's really cool, man. All right, there's a lot of good stuff. Thank you so much. I don't want to take up any of your much more of your time. But I really appreciate it, and maybe we still can be in touch. I might ask something, and then also, I guess there's a lot of information on like YouTube and other places that I'm sure to find like some people like and also this help thing too. That can help with the different questions, I guess.
Yeah, I would say please ask me because I am working hard on my business probably for about a year and a half has been moving away from client work and doing uh more like let's call it subscription type stuff. Whether it's I mean, yes, it's client work sometimes, but um it can be the white label high level, it can be, these other types of things. But now I'm
Mhm.
getting more into um like the affiliate, the agency, that kind of side
Yeah,
of stuff. And so I
yeah.
want to know the questions that you as a marketing agency person, whatever you want to call yourself, freelancer, digital marketer, online marketer, all these
Mhm.
different terms. But um, I want to, I personally, I find it that I am most effective having these type of conversations, like fairly techie person to fairly techie person.
Mhm.
Because when I'm trying to help that local business or that e-commerce person that, hey, I want to run $100,000 in ads and it's gonna like I'm gonna make $100 million. It's like, you know, it's just
Yeah,
like, yeah, it's like, well, you have to like take someone so far along their learning journey to
yeah,
even have some of these conversations of why something will or won't work, or for you to be able to see the value of HighLevel. You're like, oh, look, I can do forms. So I have a replacement for Jot form or Woo form now. Like I can
right,
embed it
exactly.
anywhere. Oh, I have
Yeah,
funnels. Oh, I have a replacement for lead pages now. Oh, I have um all these other things, and I can give my client a login and they can have a reporting dashboard. So it's like one piece of HighLevel in itself is to you worth $100 a month, or to
right.
resell it to them is worth $100 a month. And so I just feel like there's an unlimited amount of things I can talk about HighLevel forever. And I've used it a long time. I've used it in a lot of different ways and I really like it. So it's one of those things that it's kind of that perfect storm of an actually good product that I want to naturally promote. Oh, by the way, they have a really generous affiliate program. Why wouldn't I
Awesome, yeah.
continue
It
through
seemed
that?
like I saw they can give like up to 40% for the
Yeah.
affiliate. That's
Yeah. So
crazy.
here's a couple of ways things about the affiliate program. So you pay $100, I get 40% if you signed up under me. You
Right,
upgrade later to $300, I get 40% of that.
right.
If you upgrade to the SaaS reseller plan, you are allowed to have a separate affiliate for that because HighLevel views it as a mental change, a mental shift. I'm providing services versus I'm now reselling a software. It's kind of
Mhm.
like a different level in the agency.
Okay.
And so technically you're allowed to do that. But if you don't sign up with a different affiliate, then I get 40% of that $500.
Hmm.
So the affiliate program, I mean, that's great. Like every single month, that's $40. I mean, it's not going to
Yeah.
change my world, but times 1,000 people, that's pretty good, you know?
None of that you could. I mean, people do make careers just by running affiliates and basically doing nothing else. It
Yeah.
happens.
And I will say that for you to find me and for me to kind of be prepared to show you around is not a short journey. So I'm not saying it's easy money. Uh,
Sure.
but what I'm leaning into is training on HighLevel, um, uh, like these onboarding type things so you can
Hmm.
hit the ground running as soon as you sign up. So the more
Yeah.
like I've been using it so long and I'm very techie and very marketing and all this stuff and seems like you pretty much are too, not just from our conversation today, but you're already in top tail. You know what I mean? Like you're
Sure.
probably higher level than quite a few other people. Um to help people who are like, I would say that the target audience is anybody techie wants to make online money. And yes, it's going
Hmm.
to take effort. I mean, you have to learn how to fulfill a service, and
Right.
then you have to learn how to resell it and position your business
Right.
as trustworthy and all these other things. I mean, it's not like easy, but HighLevel
Right.
can be for $100 a month to get started. I mean, can be so much of that
I mean,
fulfillment. It's pretty good.
it's it's more like a long-term commitment because I also there's like you kind of hit a point like you only have so many hours of the day. So like you and that means you have a kind of cap on how much you can make basically. You either can get more projects, but then you have I mean you can upgrade projects and stuff. But at some point, I also thinking kind of like you where it's like where's something you could put in where you can get start to add some other aspects of like income that could be not just like working for this many hours or whatever, then getting this amount of money. Because that's like just it's for a longer term, it's that's a limited way. So the thing about thing like this platform, like HighLevel, is I feel like you can make things more efficient. So like if I'm charging a lot of my customers, I don't try to charge by hour because I'd rather not do that. I'd rather charge by month. So like they say they pay me $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month and then I can accomplish more within that time. But it seems like to their side, it seems like I'm working harder, but I'm actually not have to do as much. So that's
Yeah,
why.
that's a great way to look at it, and I agree. I I definitely am a believer in separate your income from your time. I
Hmm.
mean, I've charged anywhere from $30 an hour when I was getting started to $150 or even more. And $150 an hour sounds awesome, right? Like you come
Yeah,
out of
that is a lot.
college
I
or
can't.
whatever, it's like, oh man, $150 an hour. And then you
Yeah.
realize taxes, fulfillment, outsourcing, all this other
Yeah.
stuff. And it's like, how much did I really make?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to complain about 150 an hour or even more, but um, it's just not going to change your world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now, if you want me to build it for you, then pay me through the SaaS configurator, the high level rebilling, and pay
Mhm.
me $100 a month or $500 a month or whatever that subscription plan is. So if you're on a paid plan, I will build the website for you, me or my team. And there's a million high level experts out there, or like funnel builders, whatever you want to call them. So if you need to go find somebody, it's really easy to, I mean, they're everywhere, almost too many of them, kind of,
Yeah, I
you
bet.
know,
Yeah.
which is a good sign. That's one of the reasons I loved WordPress, and I still love WordPress is the community.
Hmm.
I have tried other softwares that are trying to be high level replacements or killers or whatever you want to call them because they saw how
Hmm.
great high level was succeeding.
Yeah.
And yeah, they can beat them on a couple features and they can beat them on a couple price points, but the community, you cannot replace that. There's 1,000 high level super fans out there, including me, and uh, you go to these other communities, Facebook group, whatever, and it's crickets. It's like this is the
Yeah.
official community for this other software. Okay, great. Let me check it out. And there's like 400 people in there total, as opposed to high level probably has like 50,000 or more. So, um, anyways, so then just pay me $100 a month and I'll do it. And then, that's great because they have all these other features if they want to do that. Um, their credit cards on file. If I want to charge them other stuff, it's pretty easy
Hmm.
checkout process. So yeah. Anyways, so I think there's a lot that you can do, and I think that's part of the challenge. Is like you asked me at the beginning, what should I use high level for? Everything, you know.
Yeah, I know. But
Uh,
I'm actually more thinking there's so much stuff. What would be, and I don't know, you probably don't know the answer necessarily because it's from what would necessarily be different people would be different things would be useful. But I'm more interested like for you, what was the main things that give you the best bang for your buck to start on? Because you have to start somewhere. So I like that you showed me these like I think the surveys, this is an easy thing, but it's actually useful. Like you need to do that sometimes. And I do use some job form things like that, so I don't need to do it if I have this. Some different things like that. And these like the obviously the like work the like landing page funnels, stuff like that, and the websites. I think that's a really good place to start. For that would be for
good.
sure useful. So
As you
yeah,
have
there's.
more questions, because you will, I would say consult the help documentation
Mhm.
and then ask me any question because I want to know what are people learning because I already know most of it.
Mhm.
So I am not asking that same initial question like that screen you showed. Hey, what happens when I click on Stripe? I don't remember. It's been a couple of years.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so ask me those questions, send me whatever screenshots, all that kind of stuff. I very much appreciate you doing that, and I'm glad if I'm able to help you out. And whether you use it for a couple clients or very specific use cases, like I don't like some people use high level only for running ads. They don't do the websites, they don't do the whatever else. They just want um, the funnel with the form with the well, you don't even need that. You can just connect your Facebook lead form. If you want to use the Facebook lead form, you don't even need to build the funnels and everything. You can integrate with
Nice.
that. And then they just use it for that kind of lead, the communication with the leads. So as soon as they submit the form, send them a text, or as soon as they submit the form, send them an email, stuff like that.
Hmm. Yeah, that's.
Specific to texting, phone calls, all the telephony stuff, and the email,
Hmm.
um, you can add your own Twilio account and you just get billed directly through Twilio. High level makes no money off of you. It's just an API connection. Same thing with Mailgun. Uh,
Hmm.
to receive replies, so to send with Mailgun is free. To receive replies, you got to have a paid plan, which I think is $35 a month directly with
Hmm.
Mailgun. If you use high level, what they call LC, it's their gray label. It's not your brand. It's also not their brand. It's gray label, not white label. Um, LC stands for lead connector. That's their gray label brand. LC email is just Mailgun, where you don't have to have your own Mailgun account. You don't pay $35 a month. You're just using HighLevel's Mailgun account.
Nice.
LC phone is Twilio. You're using
Mhm.
HighLevel's Twilio, not your own. You don't need to have your credit card on file with Twilio, an account, nothing like that at Twilio. So you're just using HighLevel's phone and email. If you use LC phone, and I don't know about LC email, I haven't looked into that, but if you use LC phone, I'm guessing you're not going to be a high volume sender, like, a million
Right.
messages a month.
Right.
They pass on their bulk discount. So I don't know how much it costs, but let's say you get 1 penny discount. High level probably makes another penny off of you because they send so much that they have room to do that in their pricing. And so you're actually getting a benefit of not having to manage your Twilio account, not having to set up an account at all with Twilio. And then also you can contact high level support if you have issues with LC phone, because that's the only way to get it, because it's their
Right.
Twilio account. And you get a little bit of a discount on sending your messages anyway.
Okay. But if
But
you just want to like outreach, say you want to do like kind of like sales outreach, like cold emails, can you just do that they don't require like big builders or things like that. Is that
what do you mean
okay
by
to do?
builders?
I mean, I don't need to do like if you're just sending out like email, say okay, example. If you want to, you had like a story, you're trying to do kind of like a PR thing, and you have like a bunch of media outlets, and you want to send a kind of like a mass email to them, but like have it personalized, something like that.
Yeah.
Can you do like that pretty easily?
Yeah. So they don't want you to spam, but
I
spam
understand. Yeah.
is a very specific law.
Hmm.
Um, Spam means that it's unsolicited, you haven't had a relationship with them,
Right.
and they are uninterested and they unsubscribed and whatever else. So
Sure.
as long as you're guessing it's not going to be a 90% unsubscription rate, then you're
Exactly. Right.
probably
Yeah.
okay. You're
Yeah,
not
yeah, I
going to show up
understand.
on
I'm
their
not, I
radar or
wouldn't be
anything
doing
like that.
like super sketchy, like just like totally, they would still be targeted and within the same type of industry or same type of like people that would be targeted type of consumers that would be like at least relevant to it. So of course there's the other side that would be sending like emails to like existing lists and things like that. That's totally spam, completely spam compliant. Like they've opted in or whatever. But for these like a little bit gray area ones where you're using kind of outreach emails, um, can you do that through their tool, like that kind of thing?
If you were to sign up with MailChimp, they've always kind of been that forced double opt-in with proof
Right,
of
which is
double
really
double
annoying.
opt-in. That
Yeah,
that nothing even close to that exists in high level. High level
yeah.
is plug in your credit card, send an email. Now,
Hmm.
they do have a ramp up period. You can't send more than like 5,000 in the first month or something like
Oh,
that.
that's fine. I wouldn't be doing that anyway. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, I'm saying per sub account. So you add a new sub account, and let's say you're like, oh, day one, I want to send a bunch of emails. Well, um, as the agency, you can lift that limitation from that sub account. But the idea is that, like, if you have somebody sign up through your SaaS and you don't really
Uh-huh.
know them or anything, and they just sign up and then they send a million emails, that is prevented from
For
this
sure.
limitation, but it grows over each month.
Makes
So
sense. Yeah.
if you want to just, hey, I have a list of 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000, yes, you can send that in high level, but you're not going to be on high level's radar at all unless bad reports come in or something like that.
Sure.
Now, they don't really have a built-in way. I mean, you can kind of work it out, um, but they don't really have a built-in way to do things like email rotation. So Bob at domain1.com, Bob at domain2.com, to like to kind of salt and pepper where the emails are coming from, to not all be 100,000 emails sent in one day from one email address. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they don't really have that type of stuff. You can get a dedicated IP for, I think it's $80 a month extra. So it's, kind of the standard pricing. Um,
Hmm.
I've never done that. I don't think you probably will need that for the volume you were talking about.
No, I
So
definitely
I would
wouldn't.
say it's pretty safe. Um,
Mhm.
if something were to be flagged, there's going to be a warning. It's not like they're going to instantly shut you down or whatever, because I know you're not going to send super crazy, stupid stuff.
Right.
But I wouldn't worry too much about it. I would say though, if you are going into the scale of, 100,000 emails a month, you're
No,
probably needing to
I
use.
wouldn't be doing anything close to that. It might be a few hundred or a few thousand from this. But yeah, then you would just go through like if you just wanted to set up those kind of emails, would it be through automation or like what type of tab would you do that through?
All right, so I'm going to see if you can follow along real quick.
Okay, sorry.
No,
Some
it's
people.
okay. So just conceptually,
Uh,
do you want to send an email newsletter, or do you want to send like as if it's a manual one-off non-HTML?
In this case, I'm not doing the news. I mean, newsletter also would be interesting, but that would I can figure out myself. I'm mainly talking about these emails, like the what that look like they're from your own.
Yeah.
They are from your own email, but they're just like text type of email. Kind of like this type of thing, but they would be sent from like the own my own email or the company's own email, something like that.
Yeah. So email builder is for email templates that are HTML, nice,
Right,
fancy looking newsletter stuff.
right. That's like newsletter type. That's
Okay.
yeah. That's
So in your marketing part of your settings, go to
mhm.
marketing and then go to templates. Those templates are a mix of SMS text and email templates. So what that means is, hi, merge field, thanks for contacting us, blah, blah, blah. In your workflow, you're going to say when someone submits, let's say my opt-in form, my newsletter form, whatever you want to call it, send in the workflow, when this happens, do this. And do this part is going to be send them that template email. So when you want to update your template, you can say, oh, there's a typo or whatever else. You go change it in your template, and it
Okay.
updates everywhere in the workflow. Now, you can basically create a drip sequence or whatever you want to, automations you want to do. Whatever your trigger is, you can say, um, day one, send them template one.
Right.
Wait 24 hours, send them template
Sure.
two. If they do this, then send them template three. If
Sure.
they don't, send them template four, something like
This
that.
is similar like Klaviyo, all those ones can do are
Right.
like this kind of yeah. But if I just wanted to make like a text kind of email template, you can just do that. You would just still use the same design form, but just use like a text. Like if I wanted to just send like normal emails that look like regular or just like outreach emails, that not like a fancy logos and then all sorts of
Right. So go to marketing and then templates.
okay. Yeah, I see. Okay. And then
So
just
then you
pick
would say new template, and then it's going to say text or email template. And you would say
uh,
email.
design or code. So code editor one would be code editor.
I don't know that you're in the right spot. You want to share your screen again?
Yeah, sorry. Then I'll promise I'll let you go. I
It's
just
okay.
I could tell. I mean, I know you're interested. That's too. I could talk about it for hours and hours and hours, but it's good. It's fun.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Click and not, this is the email builder thing.
Oh, okay.
That's for newsletters. Go to templates, snippets,
Oh, I see.
and
Okay,
then
I
add
tell.
template email.
Oh, okay. So like add. Oh, this is text meaning SMS text, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just yeah. This is what I want. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I,
So go ahead and just create a quickie template. There,
uh,
you call it whatever you want.
okay.
And uh, you see where it says custom values. Click on that in the editor. So you don't have to go to that help article. It's all
Right.
in that drop down.
That's perfect. That's exactly what I want. So you can like have them pulled from the, and these can be all from your contact database, right? Like,
Yes.
okay.
And it's per sub account. So, you know, this template is only in this sub account, and that
Nice.
contact is only in
That's
that sub account.
that's really cool. That's really
So
cool.
click on save,
Okay.
that green
Oh,
button.
there it is. Sorry. That's a lot of stuff on the screen.
Okay, now go to contacts and add yourself or whatever.
Okay. Why is it taking?
Click the plus
Okay.
sign
Then you can
and
just make the people.
yeah, give your own, put your own email address in there.
I'll just use this one. Oops. Okay.
And if you want to choose a time zone and whatever else, you can do all that.
Okay.
You can have do not disturb per channel, which is cool.
Wow. That's really crazy.
And then that bottom one, do not disturb inbound, means they can't contact you. Like
Wow.
if they're a spammer, then check that box.
That's crazy. Okay.
This is useful if you are in contact with people who are um, across time zones because the sub account itself has a time zone. So
Hmm.
Inspire Foods in Delaware is Eastern time. So if everyone you ever probably are going to talk to is Eastern time, you can disable the contact time zone.
No, but I'm using a lot of Asia and Europe and stuff, so it's good I have this time zone for sure.
Okay, so now you see at the bottom where it says SMS, that's not going to work because you don't have a connected phone number. But
Okay.
click on email, the little tab. Yep. Now click on at the bottom that plus sign, I think, right next to 0 words.
Sorry. Oh, this one. Okay.
Is that it? Maybe it's one of the other ones. Try that first one that, oh, that next to the dollar symbol.
This
That
one.
one.
Insert
Yep.
template.
Click on that and then pick your template. Use template. Now it's just going to put it in the editor there so you can customize it before. You
Right.
The from email address is going to always be from your user account, your login email address, which I don't like. But you could customize it. You could say robert@franklin.com. And as long as franklin.com is allowed to send from your HighLevel, then it'll work. But if it's not right, then it won't work.
Wait,
So
so this from email is linked up to only one email address, right?
that is the user's email, not the account email, not the sub account email.
Okay. But you can make it send from another email, right?
Yeah, you can type in whatever you want there. Now it's not gonna like, do you know about email authentication and all that?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm wondering how it could do that. It wouldn't be
So
able to send.
let's say it's robert@franklin.com. You're gonna have to set up franklin.com as an authorized email
Right,
sender domain in this
right,
sub account.
right. Okay, that makes sense.
But if you were to send this template from a workflow, then the workflow is not going to know which user, like like which HighLevel user. So it's going to send it from the location's email address.
Okay. All right. I'll have
So
to
if
just
you were to
start.
click send, it probably wouldn't would work, but end up in spam or might not work. I don't know because you're trying to
I
send from Outlook.
mean, might as well try it and see. I have a feeling it's not going to work very well.
Well,
But I
it's
did. Oh, I did link up my Outlook email, so it's possible it could. But let's see.
click on those three dots in that email preview thing where you
Um.
scrolled down just in a minute ago in the conversation.
Oh.
Click on the three dots, details. You see where it says delivered?
Uh-huh.
Don't trust it because delivered or opened or any of that kind of stuff, they are just passing through what Mailgun sends them. I've had it to where I send it to myself. I know I didn't open it and it
Yeah.
shows opened.
Okay.
So basically what that means is Mailgun sent it and didn't send an error. Now, whether it was actually deliverable or not, that's going to depend on, your Outlook.
Yeah, it delivered, but it went to spam. But that's
Yeah,
okay.
because it's not authenticated.
But if you authenticate the domains, then they should work.
Yeah.
They should work. Okay.
And to send that, you can do that at the agency level, or you can do it at the sub account level.
Right. Usually I'd rather do it at the sub account level. Okay. And
Yeah.
then it
So if
would
each
just,
sub account wants to send from its own email address, then you would do
right.
it at the sub account level. If you want
And then
everyone to
I can,
use your, white label SaaS, whatever email address, then that's probably more risky and I wouldn't recommend it, but it is, I think, possible.
sure. Now, if I wanted to send that template to the list of like 100 people, I use those custom fields, then but here's just like one individual contact.
Right.
So you
So
would,
click that arrow next to Robert Franklin. Click that left arrow. Yep.
okay.
That gets you back to the list of contacts. On the menu, right above more filters, you have import and export.
Sorry, I
It's
couldn't
a,
find more. Oh, here, yeah.
yep.
Okay.
So import. So you would upload a CSV file, you would map
Okay.
the fields.
Nice. Awesome.
Then what you would do is, yeah, cancel here. You see that select all box?
Mm-hmm. Like this one.
You would select
And then
all,
you
and then you would add, uh, hover over some of those action items.
add
That
to
one,
campaign.
assign a
Add-
campaign.
Oh, send email maybe.
Well, assuming your email template is part of a campaign, uh, so if you want to send everyone one email, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you probably
Yeah.
don't. You want to send them like if they if they click the link in the email, do X. Um if they don't, or if they reply, then do Y, stuff like that. So you would
Right.
probably select that second one that says add to campaign, add to
Yeah.
workflow.
Okay.
Click that. Now you're not going to have any workflows in there, but
Right.
you would see it and you would choose it and then okay. And you can drip mode them, like send 100 at a time or whatever else.
Nice. Oh, that's cool. All right, that's pretty cool.
So
All right.
if you're going to do that, then I mean, general email deliverability stuff applies. Send from an authenticated address. Uh,
Sure.
Probably don't include fancy words in there like free or
Or
promo,
like,
things like
yeah,
this.
yeah. No
And then
worries.
also, if you add links in there, it can be a little bit more subject to spam filtering as well.
Or attachments too.
Attachments, stuff like that. But eventually you're going to send them an email. Hey, are you interested in my offer? They're going to reply yes. Then your automation is going to reply, okay, great. Here's the link. Now here's the link. This is one of the most awesome features. Is called a trigger link. Click
Mm-hmm.
on marketing. Click on trigger links. And you would make a new one. So like go to your homepage or go to your funnel URL or whatever else, click add a link,
Okay.
and then call it, my funnel sales page or whatever you want to call it. And then the link would be your domain.com or
Right.
domain.com/deep URL.
Okay. So that means
Go ahead and add one
different
though,
people. Okay.
just so I can show you. It
Okay.
can be high level, it can be whatever you want it to be.
I'll just put the pages this. Okay.
This is definitely more in the advanced realm, but it's super useful. Okay, go back to contacts. Click on Robert. Just click into the record. Yep.
Nice. Mhm.
And then in the email, you can click reply to the other one, or you can start a new email conversation. It's up to you. And
Uh-huh.
then in the subject type, trigger link.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the message, uh, yeah, put your cursor in the message area, the body, and then the plus sign. Sorry, click the plus sign at the bottom in the,
Sorry. Sorry.
and then trigger links at the bottom.
Oh, nice.
What is that? I wonder if you don't have your domain set up. I think at the agency level.
Yeah, I don't think I've set up all the domains and stuff for sure.
Okay.
So and this
So
is now
once you set that
I'm not
up,
even on I'm on the sub account right now. So yeah.
right, but in a new tab, go to app.gohighlevel.com, just the main page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hit enter. In your agency settings, there is a uh link. What is it? I'm trying to remember. Hang on.
No
I'm
worries.
gonna look at mine. Taking a while for me too. So,
Maybe it's just a little bit
oh,
slow.
there it is. Okay. Okay. So agency settings. I'll just type it out to you in Slack. Uh,
Okay.
agency settings, company, and then API domain. So once you set up that API domain, that is what these links are going to be generated with. So you could have like link.robert.com and what this trigger link is going to do is it's a redirect, but what it's going to do is uh, it's going to look like it came from link.robert.com, but it's going to end up at wherever you told it to end up. And the trigger link basically has a seed in the URL so that it knows that this contact clicked that link. So the benefit of
Okay.
it is in your email, you could say, send them this trigger link. It's going to look like a merge tag once that is set up, because right now it looks like
Yeah.
plain text. But it's going to be like the curly braces, trigger link dot 1234, and it's going to when it clicks, it's going to be a link customized to each individual contact. So in your workflow, that's how you can detect, did they click that trigger link?
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Because did they open the email? You know, is who knows? Like sometimes email programs auto open stuff, or Gmail marks everything opened or whatever.
Right. Right.
Um, but did they actually click that trigger link? You'll know they ended up on that sales page, and then maybe they didn't buy. So you wait like a day or an hour or something and say, hey, did you need help with the checkout process or stuff like that?
Hmm. Yeah. That's cool. All right. Thanks so much for everything. I have to like play around. There's still some more to get still, but this helped a lot. I learned a lot of from talking with you, so it's really good.
Well, good. I'm glad. I would say that this is probably a little bit more advanced initial meeting, which I like. And so I would say that the like you probably are, if we include white labeling and everything, you're probably about 20-25% learning the system right now. which
Yeah.
which is good, but there's a lot more to do.
Yeah,
And
sure.
um so if you have more questions along the way, Again, search the help documentation if there's not an easy answer. Or sometimes those help articles are a little outdated because HighLevel, gets updated a lot.
Yeah.
So just let me know.
Cool. And I definitely plan to do the definitely the um three account sub account limitation is a big issue for me. So I definitely do want to upgrade to the $300 one. But it's just like until I figure out what is the like what's I'm mainly set up the things that I really want to do. I don't want to be just there's no purpose to just be paying more money if it's not set up to what I want it to be. So my idea was to pick a couple ones and try to get them, and then I'd be able to kind of like copy over what I've done to like to build those more accounts. So that was what I was thinking.
Yes, sir. Now, one thing you can do is if you don't want the people to log in at all, they don't need to see anything, you just want to build 50 websites.
Right.
Have have a I would always, always, always recommend having a sub account for your agency. Have it
Mm.
for your CRM and all the other stuff. You can do online courses, you can do email marketing, you do the whole thing, newsletter, all that. And doing it for your agency is required for when you want to do SaaS mode, if you ever do, because
Mm.
it's going to be one specific funnel for your SaaS mode upgrade plan or
Okay.
whatever. And then also what you could do, and again, it's one out of your three sub accounts. What you can do is have unlimited websites in a single sub account. So
Really?
yeah, so you could build website one for client A, website two for client B, website 50 for client 50, and um, all within your agency
Mm.
sub account. So
But
uh,
they cannot be attached to different domains, I think, that way. Like
sure,
how
all the domains you want.
within the one sub account can link to different ones?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could have companya.com, company50.com, all within your agency sub account, and then you're still within the 30, or you're still within the three sub accounts.
Okay.
But um, you know, if
Yeah,
if
I think
if you're
it's kind
actually
of
paying clients, why do that? Just pay $300.
yeah, I think for me, I agree. It's it would be messy, and I think it's much more organized and nicer to have them. And I think there will be some limitations because even within the one of like for example, even if you want to link an account to a Shopify store, you can only link it to one
Oh,
store.
right.
But
Yeah.
they so there's already some limitations. I know that there would be if there was like combined together like that.
But if you want just a business card, online business card type website, not even a contact form or anything else, you can have unlimited of those in your
Yeah,
single location. But if you want an integration, if you want funnel, if you want forms or surveys, then of course those should be
yeah.
tracked per sub account.
Yeah, it would be better, and it's just $200 more. It's not that huge of a deal for like the value you get out of it, I feel like. So,
Yeah. Well, if would you mind if I post this on YouTube as kind of more of an advanced training? I can
sure,
either
yeah.
take out your
Uh,
face if you prefer or leave it in. It's up to you.
yeah, maybe just take out my face, but otherwise, that's
Okay, no
great.
worries. I don't know if I will, but I mean, I think we went through a lot of great stuff, and
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
gonna be able
great.
to get these same screenshots in my own sub account, anymore because it's already set up. So
Sure.
yeah, if you're okay with that, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's no big deal. Thank you so much.
Okay, glad to help. Again, send me
Sure.
more questions and I'll help out as much as I can.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll be in touch. Thanks a lot.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks. Bye.
Bye.